Hello and welcome back to the vlog, guys. So, we have to catch the ferry from Newfoundland to Nova Scotia in 2 days. So we have to head from eastern Newfoundland to western Newfoundland. So we've got a whole lot of driving coming up to get to the ferry, but we want to take a few pit stops on the way and check out a few things. Maybe send the drone in the air. The adventure west begins, guys, so stay tuned for that. So let's get to a camping site tonight, and then we'll figure out what we do tomorrow before the ferry. And then from the ferry, it's Nova Scotia and back through the Cabot Trail and everything again, guys. So all the beautiful parts of Canada coming back up again at you. Quick pullover. We've been driving about 3.5 hours today so far. We're gonna go to Corner Brook in Newfoundland here, but launched the drone in the air real quick. Super windy here though, so I hope that turned out okay. Super noisy traffic here too. It's weird driving west, guys. Every time we've been driving lately, we're always heading farther and farther east, and everyone we meet is like, oh, you've come a long way from home type thing. But now that we're going west again, we're only getting closer and closer to home. People won't even know we've been as far east as possible. They'll just think we're in Ontario or wherever we end up next. Not Ontario next, but you get what I'm saying. We're gonna grab a quick snack here, and then we're heading to Corner Brook to settle in for the night. I think at the Visitor Info Center, but I'll let you know when we get to the pit stop, of course. And then we got one more day to pass and enjoy Newfoundland, and then it's back to the ferry terminal, guys. Whew.
Alrighty, guys, so we're just grabbing gas here, heading west still. It's quite the drive across Newfoundland. On the far west side, there's like a couple of towns, a couple bigger towns, and some really nice landscapes and everything. Also, Gross Moor National Park is super cool on that side. And then on the far east, you have St. John, so a lot of other really cool places, a lot of harbor towns, really interesting stuff. And then it just seems like in the middle of Newfoundland, there's not a lot. There's not many towns, and the towns that are here aren't very big, and it's mostly just a highway through the hills and through the forest and kind of just connecting the two sides. It's really weird. Anyways, just heading more west.
Ooh, meatballs for dinner! How fancy are you, Alicia?
Not that fancy.
Come on, RV meatballs for dinner?
Well, they're not hard to make.
Ah, fine. Still delicious, though.
Yep.
Yum. And Corner Brook, guys. This is the town we're calling it a night in. I wanted to mention, when we started heading back west, when we officially called the trip in St. John's, 9,935 kilometers I drove. Alicia and I didn't even switch off this first leg of the trip. We're gonna switch maybe a bit more as we head back across Canada with the bigger driving days, but in the books for me. I wanted to do the whole way myself, was kind of, by the end I figured I might as well follow through. 9,935. We'll see how long it takes to get back, if we do any more exploring or less exploring, but that is pretty cool, hey? Anyway, Alicia's got some meatballs and spaghetti almost ready here. Oh, kitty! She's happy to be done driving today too, but we are gonna settle in here with some dinner in a bit, guys. And that'll be Corner Brook. One other thing me and Kat wanted to point out at the Walmart here in Corner Brook. It says, no RV truck parking, no overnight parking. However, Alicia read online on the app, on our Overlander app, that someone actually has checked with Walmart staff here, and they said you're okay to spend the night here. I think sometimes Walmart's just are required to put that up. I don't know if it's like a legality in town. It could be something with legal reasons, but if you check with the staff, sometimes they don't actually enforce it or have security, so they'll say just park on the far corner. So that is worth noting as well, friends.
Alrighty, guys. Woo. After a couple of pretty long driving days, we're back on the west coast of Newfoundland.
Yeah, southwest.
Yeah, pretty southwest. So tomorrow is our ferry in Port-aux-Basques. I never know if I'm saying that right, but
Yeah, we're bad with those words.
the ferry town. So we just drove like 15 minutes out of town, kind of like east towards some of the really smaller islands this way. I don't know, that's a bad explanation, but we're just outside of the ferry town, and this place is freaking amazing.
So cool.
It's really hard to explain, but like this area is just so unique. Like we went across Newfoundland obviously and came back, and I haven't really seen anything quite like this area. It's just kind of like rocky
Flatlands for days. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of, like, it was pretty forested across Newfoundland, but here it's just nothing.
Yeah, lots of rocks, and it looks kind of like the rugged Newfoundland I was expecting. So really glad that we came out this way. This is super nice, and we're gonna have a great view of all this from our dinette window. So can't complain there.
Yeah, the Walmart we stayed at last night in Corner Brook was super noisy, man. I had my earplugs in and I still couldn't get through it. I don't usually use earplugs, but there were so many people around, I was like, it's safe enough here that I don't gotta worry about listening to the RV. And at 6:20 in the morning, there was construction guys throwing boards off the roof, echoing out the whole parking lot. So it was a noisy one, so I'm gonna enjoy this little peaceful boondocking site. I don't know, we're gonna settle into this site now. I wanna fly the drone at some point here. It's a bit windy right now, but get a drone of the southern part of Newfoundland. And then tomorrow, 11:45 in the morning, we got ferry day. While we're at the boondocking site, Alicia's got Kitty out for a little bit of foot on Newfoundland too. Isn't that right, you rugged explorer?
It's funny, I wanted to bring her out. It's not ideal conditions at all. There's, a road going by here, prickly ground, it's windy, but she's pretty much been begging to come outside. Whenever she sees us outside, she'll go up to the passenger side window and just start meowing, wanting out, so figured I'd give it a go.
Little rugged nature time. Woo. The sun is setting, friends, but what a beautiful night to end Newfoundland on, and what a spot too, hey? Keep you posted here, friends. Show you a few beautiful shots in Newfoundland with the drone, hopefully, and then we'll see you in the morning for ferry day, guys. Have a good night. Wait, guys, no! These clouds have come and taken over my sunset. It's still pretty windy out, but those are the last of the little clouds to blow away there. And then look at this sunset unfolding. Wow, I might have to send the drone up in this wind anyways if it's going to be this clear and beautiful. I'm going to call it a wrap on the time lapse here pretty soon. It's been, I don't know, probably almost half an hour I've been waiting over watching this guy. I'm going to probably get that drone in the air tonight after all it's looking like, and then we'll see you for the ferry, guys. Bye. And good morning, world. It's about 9:10 and we're using the dump station here in Grand Bay West, this little community's called. Using that, getting the tanks all set up for Nova Scotia, and then we're gonna catch the ferry. The pre-boarding kind of check-in 2 hours early is at 9:45, so plenty of time to get there early for that still. Anyways, to the ferry, guys. Checked into the ferry here, guys, but we just learned something we did not know about Newfoundland. Apparently when you go back to mainland, your RV is checked for contaminated soil and plants and produce. She gave me a thing here. I asked for a little info on it, but apparently there is a potato wart fungus that is carried in the soil and on the potatoes, and a potato cyst nematode that can threaten the Canadian potato agriculture. So they dumped out my cactus pot. I picked those cactuses on our first RV trip in Savinaw last year on our last RV playlist. We went in December. And they took my cactuses and dumped it out. And she was like, well, I can dump it out and wash the pot and give it back. And it's like, yeah, I'll take my pot back at least. Dumped out my pot. I think I had a cool piece of rock in there I saved that she dumped. And now we wait for the ferry, but man, what a surprise. My cactus!
We just passed Cache Creek, so we're almost in Kamloops. We might stop in Savannah because Luke wants to find a cactus. And apparently Savannah is the place to get cactuses. Go find a cactus, Luke.
Let's go check it out, see what we can find. At least you found them!
I found a dead-looking cluster of little cactuses. They're little because I'm sure they're not too healthy in the wintertime. Did you prick yourself?
Yeah.
We got a little bit of cactus with a little bit of soil. Let's see if they grow to anything, Luke, huh?
We did it! We caught some wild cactus! Ferry has departed from Port au Box, or however you spell it. Not spell it, however you say it. We are going to go get a little workspace, try and get a spot to get the video done so we can upload it when we land in North Sydney. We'll keep you posted.
So we found it the quietest place on the boat. It's so nice. They have big comfy chairs that can recline. They have USB ports in the chairs so you can charge your stuff. We found one that was close enough to an actual plug-in for the laptop so I can edit. The only thing is we don't have a nice view. We have a view of like the lifeboat.
Yeah.
But seriously, only a couple of people here. It's so nice.
It's so much better than the other ferry?
Yeah, this boat is a different boat. The ferry that we came to Newfoundland on apparently goes normally to the St. John's area and back, like the long ferry, the 15-hour one. But it was just doing a random short ferry when we took it. So I don't know, it just felt a lot more rundown. Not as many amenities, like no Wi-Fi on it.
You'd think it would be the nicer one too, because
Yeah.
it does the 16-hour overnight jaunt, but the short ferries here are so nice, they're beautiful.
Yeah, this one's super nice, so we're loving it so far. Gonna get some work done. And then, yeah, like 6 more hours to go, so.
Yeah, settle in.
Yeah. And just like that, we're pulling into Nova Scotia. It's a super productive ferry ride, at least. We were able to get that extension, or the sit by the plug-in. I got the video almost ready to go live, so that's good news. And yeah, really smooth sailing. We're just pulling up to land here in Nova Scotia, so we're gonna go out on the deck and check that out. How was your ferry ride, Luke?
Good. Cold. Pack a sweater. Katie, you can come back down from there. We're home now and it's safe to come out. She likes to hide on top of the slide.
I'm sure once she heard everybody coming to their cars and starting up, she probably got pretty scared and jumped up there, but you can come down.
Anyway, we survived that stairway rush. We were gonna go to Sydney, which is the town here near the ferry. We got a video to upload to you guys, so new video coming at ya, and then we'll pick up from there. So see you in Sydney. Alrighty friends, and that is a wrap for Newfoundland and getting back to mainland Canada here. We are in the Sydney Walmart parking lot and we're going to call it a night. We'll be catching you on the next one, but they have these propane tags. So when you come and go from Newfoundland, you have to put these little tags on saying you've turned off your propane so they know you have and they safer for the ferry transportation. So I got that taken off, and we were also low on propane. So right across from the Walmart here in Sydney to the ferry terminal, there's also a Canadian Tire that pumps propane. So got that filled up before we settled in for the night. 53 liters. 53. Whew. That was a big girl. I think it was like $74. They said it was $1.40 a liter. So she was definitely due for a top up. Anyways, enough yammering. Hope you guys enjoyed Newfoundland as much as we did. That was a beautiful province. I really hope we can go back there someday. I even got a t-shirt that says Newfoundland on it. So stay tuned for next video. I think the plan right now is taking Cabot Trail, and then we'll go from there, and there's a free ferry from Pictou to Prince Edward Island. So we can be back on PEI for free, and then just pay 45 bucks to take the fridge back to mainland New Brunswick as we start going from east to west across Canada now, guys. So a whole lot of RVing fun to come, and I hope to see you there. Thanks, guys.
Join us next time when we show you our highly recommended Atlantic Canada road trip, starting at the Cabot Trail in Nova Scotia, taking a ferry across to Prince Edward Island, and making our way through Hopewell Rocks and Fundy National Park.